Alright, let's see here. Man, I haven't played this character in a while. Did I really use hammer throw? I don't remember using hammer throw. Oh yeah, I did. Forgot I was playing around with that. Alright, let's see here. Sure, why not?
We will be best friends, Beast, until we
Make sure it's
slaughter
spot
you.
already. You playing, what was it, multi-shot build? Oh, you're doing the bleed, Bladedancer? That's that this one. I thought you said that you were doing that yesterday, or day before, or whatever. Yeah, Q. As far as hammer throw, it can do a lot of damage. I mean, the hammer throw itself doesn't do the best of damage, but to make it do the 10 times better damage is you have to build around, let me pull it up here. You have to build it around smite. You don't cast this yourself. It's a kind of like a 3-part process. So, you can use this. You don't have to with this build. I actually need to take that off now that I cast hammer myself. You can put this on, and then essentially every time you hit, you have a chance of throwing an axe, so it does the throw damage for you. But these idols give you a chance of casting smite for you. So essentially with my character, I have so much chance of smite now that pretty much every time I hit with either my shield or my hammer, I'm smiting everywhere. And the smite is where the big damage is kind of coming from. So not only do you do a lot of damage with your throwing, but you're also doing a lot of damage with smite. Because like one of these skills, I think it's the... Because like I just use lunge as a mobility, so I don't put smite on my bar. I just put lunge as my mobility. these auto cast for me, so I don't have to cast these. The only thing I pretty much have to cast is every once in a while I might pop that on a boss. But pretty much all I do is I'll just cast a hammer every once in a while. Essentially all it is just run around and it hits mobs for me, and that way if I'm just running through the map or whatever, it'll clear most. I mean, right now I need to redo all my gear because I haven't played this since they updated the gear and the affixes and stuff, so I'm not doing the damage that I was doing. Because used to, I would just sit here and do this. I would have a couple of those up and I would just run through all this stuff and it would just kill everything for me. But now the damage is a little lower than what it used to be. It's lower than what it used to be, so I've got to redo all my gear. But I kind of like it because it helps with the single target to where you get a ton more procs. I have no idea where I'm going. Did I go the wrong way? No, I didn't go the wrong way. Yeah, this run I'm going to switch back to my I know I did go the wrong way. What the hell? So one thing I don't like about lunge is you have to have an enemy to target to actually lunge. Well, don't tell me I have to go all the way up and then over. Because see, when there's two, the thing with shield throw is that the ricochet is where you get a lot of your damage. So that's where you lose a bit of its damage when you're fighting only a single mob. Because if you have two mobs, it'll go back and forth until it times out or until you do the max number of throws. So if you're just doing one person, there's no ricochets, and some of the procs go off to the ricochet. So if it doesn't ricochet, you don't get the extra procs. But I'll show you the, what is it, loop filters real quick. Now, I have a base loop filter, which is going to be this. I have one that I change for all my characters. So essentially, I start with this. If I make a new character, I'll just duplicate this and then rename it. So essentially, the way I have mine set is like all unique sets and exalts. It's going to show all of them. And then here I go through and I change these to whatever, like if I find a build, or if I'll use my character builder to, once I get a plan out of what weapons and stuff that I want to use, then I'll come in here and add them in here. So I'll come in here and I'll just change it. Well, it'll leave it relatively. You just change it to whichever specific class or whatever that I'm wanting it to be. And that goes for all the gear. And then after that, not sure what that's on there for. Everything that I don't want it to show hides. So this is, you have to have this at the bottom. That way it'll hide everything that you don't need. And then I have show all affixes. I actually have this to where I could send to you if you want, and you could use it. Early on, you don't really need it that much. I mean, once you get in, say, the 40s, 50s, then you would start wanting to really use this, because you don't want to hide stuff early on. And the one thing about this game that you got to learn is that just because it's low level does not mean that you can't use it. For instance, like these bracers, if I remember correctly, I think no, those are 62. Boots. Nope, those are 60. Where are they? They're silver rings. So like these silver rings, I like to use them because they have movement speed on them. The rings, there's not a bunch of usability out of them. There is and there isn't. So I like if you need some element to resist, you want to take it off a piece of gear to put something else on, like on your gloves or whatever. You can use a ring or two to get that. If you need more mana, health, stuff like that, you kind of pick and choose. But like most of the rings, they're low level. So, but there's also like this Silver Holy Grail. I need that for one of my classes because I need mana to max out 300 plus mana. So I would use this. And that's level 15. Yeah. So once you get through the game and get high, or not high, but like once you get in the 60s and plus and start farming and doing all that stuff, then when you make your second character, you can go into a character builder, kind of see how you want to build it, and then you can just get all white gear, level 1 white gear. It doesn't matter the stats on them at that point, but you can go ahead and craft your gear at level 1. Yes and no. So like for instance, here, let me switch characters real quick because I know I got a white piece on there. They're not restricted per item level. No, that you can put them on any level piece of gear. It's just some of them are restricted to. Oops, I forgot to take the boots off. Some of the roles are specific to certain gear, which they recently changed them even more. Here, I'm gonna put this out there real quick. Hopefully y'all see that. For some reason it hides my commands. Dude. Let's see here. I just showed that to y'all. If y'all want, y'all can enter that. Oh, I've got Nightbot muted, that's why I can't see their stuff. Okay, never mind, now I know why. That's if y'all want to enter the, I'm doing a giveaway for Outriders, which is a action RPG first-person shooter, all that jazz. If y'all want to enter and win that, that's ending the end of this month. Let's see here. Where are you? There you are. So I need to change my keys back. Where is... So like on gear, on affixes and stuff like that, now there's multiple things you can do with the gear. You can shatter them, which will give you like some of these rare ones, and that's part of my... Here, let me finish going over the loop filter. Where are you? My base loop filter has it to where all affixes are shown like the one that are dropped on the ground, not the affixes on the gear. Just regular drop on the ground, you'll see all those and be able to pick all those up no matter what. Up here, I have a recolor, which you can change whatever color you want. This is for your build that you're working on. So, like, if you have specific rare affixes for the build that you're working on, like for mine, which this character would be +1 or plus level to Shadow Cadence and Dancing Strike, and a couple others that are rare drops. Now up here, it's going to show this whether it's on gear or on the ground. It's going to recolor it, so I know if I see a purple or pinkish, whatever color that is, that it's for my build that I'm working on. I need to go pick that up. The green, which you can recolor this one, these are the rare affixes for all classes. So essentially, for Bladedancer, Marksman, Shaman, whatever the case may be, whatever class, their rare affixes are going to show up this color. That way, if I see it, I know it's something kind of important. I should go ahead and look at it and see if I want to pick it up or not, type deal, because of the fact that down the road I might work on on one of those classes, type deal. Well, that would be this one. Show all unique set and exalts. All exalts is anything tier 6 and above. So it doesn't matter what affix it is, it's going to show that to where I can go pick that up if I want to. And then say once you've got all your gear crafted, I meant when you get started, whenever you get to end game and stuff like that, to where you've got all your gear crafted, but it's only like for instance mine, I meant my stuff tier 4, tier 5, tier 1, or stuff like that. So nothing the greatest, but I pretty much got all my gear crafted at bare minimum. It's all there. I need to fix one of the I've already redid this one, but I've pretty much got everything crafted where I want them to be as far as what affixes I want on each piece. Now I can go in here and add in rules for affixes if they're tier more equal to, say, tier 2. And then I can come in here and put all the affixes that I want that I want on that piece of gear. That way, at that point in time, I mean, generally once you get to, say, where you have like T5 on two affixes and maybe tier 2, tier 3, tier 5 on 2 pieces is generally, from going from white to max, is going to be kind of close to the most you're going to get out of a white. Granted, yes, you can tier 5 everything on a white. It's happened, I've seen it, but it's extremely rare. So essentially coming in here, you can make a separate rule, like do an additional one, that way you can still see the white ones, but I wouldn't recommend it at that point. Once you see, what I generally try to do is I'll try to craft all my gear where I get all my resistances where I need them, and then I'll start hunting for gear that has the ability to where I can go in and essentially rip stuff off. So like for instance, this piece right here, say I wanted that flurry on there, but I don't want that potion. I would go in there and I would try to pull off that potion of health. And then that's one instability, because like right now that's an instability 0. Now whenever I pull that one off, it's just going to bring it up to 1 more than likely. But it's better than crafting the flurry on there and then starting at 3. so to speak. So like for instance, that one, that's a tier 5. So if I were to rip that, but it's already at instability 4, so that's where you kind of got to look at whether it's worth it or not. Because if you get a piece of gear that has a tier 5 on it, but you're starting out at 11 instability, you might as well just crush this and get the shards off of it, because the chance of you getting to the point where you can tier 5 3 pieces or whatever the case may be, it's going to be kind of hard. But essentially on the like the crafting portion, yeah, I really enjoy it. I mean, it's not too complicated, but it can be challenging, because like you got the shattering, which breaks the piece and you have a chance of getting the shards to yourself. Now it doesn't matter the tier to it. So if you have a tier 1, you still can get like 2 or 3 off of it. So it just kind of, I've gotten a few sometimes where I put a tier 1 in there and I've gotten 3 back. So then you have the white one, which is a refinement, which re-rolls the axes. So it's gonna give you instability, but it's not going to go any higher of tier, but you could still kind of re-roll the instabilities or them on there to where, say, if, yeah. And then removal, this is one, I mean, pretty much the only ones that I use is removal and shattering. Those are the only 2 that I generally ever use. Cleansing erases everything, but it's going to start you out at between 5 and 15 instability. So why you would just break it or remove everything and break it down to 5, you're starting yourself at a handicap. So I haven't tried, this is new, I haven't gotten to play with this to really see what it actually really does. Because it's implicit in this one. Oh, okay. Well, this one's all implicit, so here, let's see. Oh, okay. It's not doing anything. Is it even using them? Yeah, it's using them, but it ain't doing nothing. Okay. Because see, now this one will re-roll to where I gotta see what the maybe that only works. I meant let me see here. Where's my? I mean, I know it's not gonna let you re-roll like stuff like that. Yeah. Oops. Not sure what it's considering implicit. The Gambler is pretty fun too. You can get plenty of stuff from them. Some stuff you can actually get them easier from the Gambler. Come on, go in there. Alright. But generally on like the crafting, you'll also want to use these. If you, while you're playing and you're going through, go to the merch every time you go to town and buy shattering. These ones, if you ever see them in the NPC or see them on the ground, pick them up. You will want them. Those are like gold. You're gonna run through those a lot. Oh, I didn't even think about that. Let's see. So this is Philosopher's Rogue Ivory Dice. Oh yeah, it re-rolls the like the critical strike chance above. Doesn't change the name or anything. It's just the whatever its roll is. You could chance of maxing that or whatever, because now that just put that close. Well, now it's still about halfway. Yeah, the NPC refreshes them like every 20 minutes or so. I just whenever you start farming monoliths, I just do a couple runs and I'll go check it every once in a while. But yeah, you'll want to get a nice collection of those, especially starting out and where you're at, is because you're gonna be breaking down a lot of stuff to be getting a lot of gear. Why I casted that? Why is it not? Oh crap! I need to change the leak filter back. I'll say, why is it not showing? I know I don't need whatever it is, but are you coming over here? Good, stay over there for a second. Rogue, I think. I think that's 190. Yeah, that's. Yay, another one. I love these boots. That one has crappy moves if you don't want that. I'll use it so I don't have to keep changing characters so much. I don't know if you're still there, Raiden. How you liking the lethal strike? How you liking the lethal strike? Yeah, I used to run this build with Lethal Strike, but I ended up switching to Lethal Mirage. Crap. Oh, you're using the same one I am. I don't know why I was thinking of Synchronized Strike. The same. Yeah, I used Synchronized Strike for a while. It was really good. I really liked it, but it was just so hard to kind of get it positioned correctly. It does good damage, but I got more out of Lethal Mirage. Yeah, I use Lethal Mirage more of boss killer or like the higher defense, the bigger guys. I essentially use it for the not only knocking out a huge chunk of the health, but when they get kind of low, I'll pop it to kill them quick because the threshold. What main skill are you using to fight with? Are you using Cinder Strike or what are you using? No problem, Kip. Yeah, if you ever see me on or whatever, y'all, if you have any questions, hit me up on Discord or if you see me live or whatever, you can always come in and ask questions. Don't bother me. But I hope you have a good one. Which axe are you using for the bleed? Are you using a unique? Or are you using the? Did you craft one? Oh yeah. I mean, that one's not too bad. It's not gonna get the damage out of the end speed it's gonna do though. I kind of wonder. Well, I don't think you can. Can you dual wield axes? Oh no, no, you can't. What is it? Oops, wrong button. What is dagger and sword? Okay. Can't remember. I think the Sentinel can do dual axe. What is the? Bleed chance with axe and sword. Are you doing axe and sword? Oh yeah, sword and axe, okay. Hmm. Now, do you know how the whole game works as far as bleed damage and how to essentially up the damage on that? Do you know how the mechanics and all that stuff work? I know with as far as Lossy parts away their dot mechanics like bleed, ignite, all that stuff works different than most games. Not necessarily. The chances in... Here, let me finish this real quick and I'll show you how, or show you the tree stuff. Oh, that's fine. Still getting used to that button being up the top. No, you can't crit on dots, but you can make them do an insane amount of damage if you know how to structure them correctly. Interesting. So essentially, the way that crit chance, attack speed, all that stuff works off a percentage up to 100%. Crit multiplier just multiplies it by that much. Stun chance is just your chance of stunning and then your chance of stunning again. Now you have your damage over time, which that is what's going to increase. Because if you come over here to other stats, this is how much your bleed stack is supposed to do damage for. That's per one stack. So if you have one stack, it's going to do 262 every stack. Unless you have shred chance or stuff like that, where you shred the resistances and stuff like that, which will increase that. Essentially, the way it works is every 100% chance of stun, or in your sense, bleed, every 100% chance is a chance of gaining one stack. So if you have 100% chance of bleed, just 100%, no more, no less, 100% or lower, you have whatever that percentage is, up to 100% of adding one stack, no more. You can't add any more, nothing else. So if you have, say, 75%, you have a 75% chance every time you hit to add just one stack. If it has a stack, you can't add anything else to it. Now, everything over that is 2 stacks, and then 3 stack, and then 4 stacks. So if you have 150% chance of bleed, you have 100% chance of adding one stack, but then you have a 50% of chance of adding another second stack, so which in turn will double this. So instead of it being 262, it'd be 524. And then if you have 300%, you have a chance of 3 stacks, 400%, 4 stacks, so on and so forth. So some sit there and go off and go ballistic on raising their bleed chance to 400. Yeah, so you have a chance of 4 hits. Now you can only add 1 per hit. So don't think you're going to add 4 stacks immediately unless it's you have a stat on a skill or whatever to add multiple stacks. So every hit you're going to add 1 stack. So on the 4th hit, you're going to have 4 stacks. Now that 5th hit has a 20% of chance of adding a 5th stack. So you got to find kind of a balance there, because how much damage is your bleed doing though? How much does this show here? So with you being able to do 3 per hit, that's going to be great because of the fact. Well, I mean, what does it say on your character sheet here? What does it show here? Yeah, so I mean, that isn't going to show you what, like up against enemies, what your damage is going to be, but it's a base to kind of look at where you're at, just idle, no stat bonuses for your skill, none of the extra, just per your gear. Because like once you do your gear and your weapons and stuff like that, that's where those go up big time. Yeah. So it's kind of one of those things you got to kind of balance. Some people like to just put a ton in your chance and just leave this where it lies, wherever it ends up at. Some will kind of balance it, because you also got to remember this only lasts for 4 seconds. So if you could squeeze in, it'll help with like bosses. If you can squeeze in duration a little bit to get a couple more seconds out of it, it can be beneficial for, say, bosses, because of the fact that some of them you're going to go hit and you're going to have to run off, and by the time you get those 2 swings in to get the 6 stacks or 5 stacks or whatever the case may be, they're already going to start dropping off. So if you add a couple more seconds up, it'll give you that time for you to dodge their hit or whatever the case may be, and get back in and keep wailing away and keeping those stacks at full as long as possible. But yeah, that's essentially how that works. So the only thing that will increase is like bleed chance, or not bleed chance, anything that says like increased bleed damage or damage over time. Those are the only things that will increase bleed damage. Because now, if you see on the skill here where it sees at the bottom, it says physical melee, movement, dexterity, that affects the skill's damage itself, not the aftermath or the added proc stuff. Bleed, it only works. The only other one that I know of, I think that works off of anything extra would be, if I remember correctly, is poison, because that is physical based, if I'm correct. Is it poison? Or no? Oh yeah, it is bleed. I was wrong, sorry. Bleed works off of physical damage over time. Let me see here. So I think it still requires... Let's see here. Okay, yeah, it does. Bleed will increase with physical damage. Like any increased damage, increased physical, and bleed over time. The other ones don't. Those all only work off of the damage over time and increased damage. Well, actually, I think they finally made some affixes recently. Let me make sure. I think they made some to where you can get poisoned. Because you get poison, penetration. Here it is. Yeah, there is one. So you can get like explicit poison damage increase, and here's like the duration. I mean, you're not gonna get but more than maybe 1 or 2 seconds, so it's kind of up to you on that end. Ooh, what does that go to? So you might want to try... I haven't gotten to try these affixes since they're new. I haven't got to experiment with them to see how their damage increases. Hold on 1 second. How much gold do you have? That should be enough to get it. Let's see here. Dwarven Axe. What level is that? 64? What level are you? You're 65? Can be gambled. That is Dwarven Axe. What axe are you gambling though? That's the thing. You're probably just are you grabbing any axe? You gotta do the Welvern. That one. Okay, yeah. Yeah, it could be a pain. I mean, there's some of them that are hard to get. I mean, that's one of the racks I used to get all the time. Because I would say if you were like 64 to do it then, well, I don't think there's really anything past. Yeah, that's the last one anyway, so it doesn't really matter. So generally, like, whenever you're trying to gamble something, if you can gamble it at the max level of that piece of gear, like if you're trying for a piece of gear that is 24, it's going to be a lot harder to gamble whenever you're 74, whatever the case may be, because of the fact that you're gambling all those uniques, not just for that specific one. Now, like I said, they are Pacific, so as long as there isn't any other ones, you should be fine. This one got the Beast King labeled twice. Oh, there's 2 levels to it. Interesting. That's the only thing good about this game, is that it's not something that you're going to sit here and you have to farm a certain thing or whatever. It's just going out and playing. Now, I'll be honest with you, I have yet to get one drop on my rogue. So it might be one of those things that yeah, it does, Dio. Like, if you're trying for a specific item, if you're not high enough level, you have to be... Well, yeah, I mean, if you're over the level, yeah. But if you're under it, you're not going to get it. Like Orion's Eye, if you try to gamble that one before you're high enough to get it, you're never going to get it. It won't drop, and you won't be able to gamble it until you hit a certain level to be able to use it or gamble it. Because you can't be like level 1 and try to do it the other way. Like, you can't be level 1 and try to gamble level 64 gear. I mean, there might be some of the gear that you can do it that way, but I mean, as far there are some of the uniques that you cannot get below a level. You have to be that level to gamble them, because I have like I were several of the creators, and we, as far as trying to get some of those, you had to be, I think it was like for the Orion's Eye, it was like 60. No, 72? I don't remember what level that one was. hate you, Mr. Zurich, and your never wanting to die self. Oh, you two chill out. It's all RNG. I've sat there for days, spending every bit of gold gambling. Like whenever I tried to get my Orion's Eye, I spent about 130K getting that one. Yeah, I'm not sure. They had a... Let me see if I can find it. Man, what was that? Who made that? There's a tool that I used to use, a site. It had a gambling calculator on it. Trunk Labs, there we go. Rogue in year 72. That's a little. They've got like a build guide, or not build guide, but a planner and all that stuff there. You can see the monolith timelines, all that stuff there, but that's a gambling simulator. You can just put your level in there and do the one-handed axe, swerving, do 1,000 rolls. So in 1,000 gambles, you should essentially get 14 of them. Well, I put it for 1,000 rolls. It's 5,000 or 5,200,000 gold. But like I said, I've never tried to gamble for that one. I've gotten several of those just by farming. Like I said, I've never gotten one on my Rogue. Wonder why mine shows different. Did you do 1K row the first time for 520 gold? Because it's showing here, like, if you gambled... if you gambled 100, like, if you bought 100, you should at least get one of them. At least per the sim. Yeah. Kind of depending on if I want to play Outriders or not. The release needs to hurry up and get here. Well, see, you also got to look at it is that's 30. I mean, you can kind of, I mean, everybody has their own views on like RNG and percentage chance. Some people will be like, well, that's 30 rolls or that's 100 rolls in one sitting. Or would it be the same as, say, if I did 10 rolls right now, logged out and logged back in tomorrow and did 20 more? If, per the sim, I'm supposed to get at least one in that time frame, would it be the same if I log out in the middle of it or if I did it all in one sitting? Everybody has like their own view on that crap. Well, I hate RNG. Everybody has their own like superstition, all that stuff. Because once you, I mean, you're doing monoliths, so I mean, are you doing arenas, or are you not doing those? I went the wrong way. I mean, I would just put like maybe one or two in your storage, and then NPC the rest, because those things are worth a pretty good amount of gold. I didn't even see the boss right there. Go away with that freaking. Oh my god, why won't you die? Thank you. I was about to say, watch me get one drop. Go away with this stupid ice. Yeah, NPC those dadgum things. Really? Only one? Oh, and also check whenever you go to the NPC, always check like the helms, the chests, and the relics for those rare rolls. It's like right now, I'm collecting all these ones that are rare from the new update, so I'm trying to get me a stockpile of them. So I'm going to be burning through all my shatters like usual. Because see, like these are worth 6,500 each. So they're worth quite a bit. I'm not a senior. Gotta love when your birthday's coming and you get like an email saying senior perks. I'm like, I'm not a senior yet, dadgummit. Leave me alone. But yeah, I'm about to turn what, 41? So I'm not there yet. I'm working on it. Trying not to work on it, but damn. Okay. Let's see, Fritzy and Hayes, sure, why not? "21 is old enough." So why everybody, whenever they ask me how old I am, I tell them I'm 21. He's like, "You're not 21." I was like, "Yeah, well, I'll just celebrate my anniversary of being 21 every year. That's it." So I mean, there's nothing else to look forward to after you get 24. I mean, retirement, shit. I don't even know if I'll ever be able to retire. My kids seem to think that they're old enough. And I keep telling them, like, well, if you're old enough, then give me your phone and go buy your own. Because I'm pretty sure a couple of years ago you weren't old enough to buy your own or any of that stuff because you didn't have money. Yeah, I'm not looking forward to later. I gotta call insurance company because I gotta. Ooh, oh, that's crit chance. That's not bad though. We just got hurt. My oldest turned 16, so we bought Grandma's old car. So I've got to go put insurance on that, and then I got to add her onto my insurance, so my insurance is going to skyrocket. Not looking forward to that. What'd you do? Sell the keys and you went and gambled and didn't get anything? Or did you get it? Or did you just sell them? Hey, don't worry. I'm in your boat. I know how that goes. It's the only thing that kind of ticks me off about Outriders. I sat there whenever it first came out. I played it for 8 days. Didn't get a single legendary. Which sucks for me because I'm trying to make videos and stuff for it, and I can't because I'm not getting any of the daggum uniques or legendaries. And you got all these creators speed guide to how to get all the legendaries, all this and another, and I can't make a single video because I couldn't get a single one. I mean, I'm not going to use somebody else's content or someone else's video of their unique just because I know where to farm them and I know the fast way to do them. It's just not exactly for like my community to sit there and say, hey, this is the fastest way to get a legendary, but hey, I don't have any. You should try it. They fixed a lot of that stuff recently, so you definitely try it again. I'm loving it. I mean, I can't wait for it to release on the 1st. I'm kind of just, I'm kind of slowing down on playing it because I want the release to be a bit of a hoorah new type thing. So I think they just had a patch. What was it? Was it yesterday? I think it was here. Let me see. It's on my Steam. What do you play on? I'm guessing on the PC. Outriders demo. Let's see here. Yes, I'm old enough to see the page, dummy. Where it's going to be... Oh, here it is. ULD history. So yeah, it was the 19th or whatever. They did one on the 12th and then they did one on the 19th. Let's see here, where is my launcher? There's a code that you can put on it. Manage properties. There we go. Where is this? If you put it, if you're doing it on PC, on Steam, go into the properties, the general, and you'll see launch options, put that in there. I know some people were having an issue with it not wanting to pull up DirectX 12 and it was kind of glitching the game out, so that forces it. Yeah, if you load it up and get in it, let me know. I'll switch over and I'll play with you. Yeah, I mean, I got an i9. I don't even remember which version. I got an i9 2070 Super, 32 gigs of RAM. The Titan, that's their big one that they made last year, isn't that one? That's the one that it's over the 2070, 2080, and 2090, or no, 2080, or was it called the? Oh, it's older? Okay. I mean, you should also be able to push it fine. Yeah, the Titan RTX, that's what I was thinking of. Because I know that one's like the beast one that they made. Yeah, because I know they said that there's a few things that aren't in the demo, like as far as some of the issues that are plaguing some people, that they're not gonna get up and running in the demo, but they are non-issues in the actual game itself. Now, why they won't bring it to the demo, I don't know. Yeah, I want to liquid cool my PC one of these days. I mean, my CPU is liquid cool, but it's just your kind of base liquid cooler. But I kind of want to do my graphics part. I'm thinking about doing that once I get my. I'm trying to get a hold of the 3080. But they're a pain in the freaking arse to get. There's Molly's garage. It's been pissing me off because I've been sitting here trying to get one of those dadgum 3080 since it released and I cannot get one. Is there another one? Oh, I didn't realize there was another one. Yeah, it's a big fight right now. You can still get them at base cost. It's just timing. the crypto farms are hoarding them with their bots and all that stuff. Like, essentially, like on Tuesday mornings, it's usually Tuesday morning. I've seen Thursday as well, but Tuesdays when Best Buy usually gets their stocks in. So sometimes if you time it just right, it's usually around like 9 to 10 o'clock in the morning. Sometimes you can get it on their website and you'll see it, but as soon as they launch, it's just like the regular launch day. You have to be fast because they disappear. You have to have it saved to your cart and just keep refreshing it, and then there's a few things you got to do to kind of keep you in it, but I still have yet to myself see it. Finally. Oh, not Lagon. I hate Lagon. I forgot he's... Whoa, no, this isn't Lagon, this is the dragons. This is gonna hurt. If I can press the right button, it would be awesome. Oh, man. I didn't see that ring till it was too late. Let's do it again. I think I had to fight Lagon after these guys. I can't remember. Come here. One of y'all come over here. Ah! I tried to dart out. Gold! Yippee! Stupid hole. Argalos the Blurus. I guess he wanted to come see me. Stop throwing stuff at me. Good, I need to remake that one. Wish it had more crit increase, but I'll take what I can get. What is that? Aw. Hold on. I was wanting to change something on this. Need to resist. Don't you break. Alright, now be nice. Good boy. Oh, you piece of boo-boo. This is better than what I got. Somewhat. There, that got me a little bit closer to cap. Okay. Do you have anything for me? Really? Only one again? Y'all are sucking. Alright, man. Looks like you had the same bad luck I did. I'll see you in a bit. Sure, they can focus on me, I don't care. I don't know who else they're supposed to focus on, but okay. Man, food does sound good. I don't know what I want. Anybody got any recommendations on something good to eat for lunch? What sounds good for lunch? Getting a little bit hungry. I'm not ready to go get lunch yet, but Raiden said something about going to get food, and now it made me think about what I want for lunch. Good old peanut butter jelly. I haven't had one of those in a while. It's amazing how something like that can be so good after not having it for so long. Now the real question is, do you like it with the nuts, or do you like that, what is it, the creamy peanut butter? No, yeah. I've tried that once and I won't do that again. Yeah, I need to go take my car and get my Camaro inspected so I can get it re-registered and all that fun stuff. What are you playing right now, Neo? Are you just hanging out? Right, wrong way. Love when I just go right past the boss. Go with that. Let's go back there. Ice beetles, just what I always needed. At least now I can take those cold hits a lot better. Finally got some decent amount of resistance for elemental now. I also guess I got another taquito from Whataburger. Bought 2 this morning and I only ate 1. Come. Nah. Sure. Should I go play Outriders or should I keep playing this? They ain't gonna get me. Should have went the other way. Don't you even try it, buddy. There we go. Alright, let's try this again with a little bit more resistance this time. Ah, get out of there, you dummy. Ah, I thought he was gonna die. Ah, he's dead. Woo, that's good. You did. No, you did. Don't need none of that crap. Alright, here we go. Now we just gotta get to the final one. Blah, blah, blah. I gotta get to 25. Oh man, still got a ways to go. Let's go this way. Come on. Come on, you creepy spiders. I want you to stay stunned, that's awesome. Haha. Go in the portal. Oh, yeah, that way, spiders. No one likes spiders. At least I know I don't. Alright. I think after this run, I'm gonna go take a quick break and go grab lunch and go ahead and get my car inspected and all that stuff. Get that out of the way, and then I'll be back. Oh, you sack of crap. Oh, that's a good way to finish it off. Alright guys, I'll be back in a few. I'm gonna go, like I said, I'm gonna go grab lunch and go get my car inspected real quick, and then I will be back. You all have a good one. Thanks for joining. See y'all soon.